Okay, so good afternoon, guys. This is also a very quick lab, and if you, even though it has up to 1 to 1 to 12 instructions, it is still a very short lab, and the main instructions is from numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 on is what you should be doing with the data you collect. So I am. Let's see if I gotta have one more person. You probably printed out the instruction sheet 5-1, Boyle's law, pressure and volume. So Rebecca. You probably should have entered the lab now, and you're looking at the gas lab, which is so you have the ideal gas law as the first thing to do with the lab. So I'm going to put on share screen so that you can see. I'm sure you have it, but so you can see what it looks like. All right, so we are beginning with volume of 7.336 liters of an ideal gas 1 and 1.000 atmospheres, which is the regular atmosphere. Then a pressure or a temperature of 298.3, which is Kelvin, and then 0.300 moles of gas. And after you have practiced setting the numbers as is shown, as described in item number 2, then you go in right away. It says, make sure the moles, temperature, and pressure are returned to their original values, which is all that is shown on that gas lab dial right now. So when, what?
I'm trying. Oh, okay. Make sure the moles, temperature, and pressure. Okay, I get you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now we're on number 3. Looks like everybody's in now. We are on number 3. So it says, click on the lab book. And the lab book is the one that is right there at the bottom of the bottom right-hand side of the lab. You click on it, it opens. Okay. I'll put you guys over here. Then you click on the save, which is right there to the top left-hand side. And when you click on that save, the lab book closes. But you can still write or write what you are doing.
I don't see the save. Oh, okay. It's on the button. Okay.
All right, so it says, after that, then it says you will start increase the pressure from 1 atmosphere to 10. And the way that is good to do it is you click on that one, it turns bluish, you punch in number 1, or you punch in 2, so it becomes 2.00, and you see your balloon decrease in size. And the liters goes to 3.668 liters. And so is the volume and pressure that is changing. And then you click on that again, I'm typing 3, and it will decrease a little further, and the liters will be 2.445. You increase the pressure again to 4 atmospheres, and the volume decreases even further.
834 liters.
1.834 liters.
And then you click on the pressure, you type in 5, you're gonna have 1.467 liters and 5.00 atmospheres. The temperature is constant, the moles of gas is constant. It says you keep doing this till you get to 10. Of course, when you get to 10, it does not say 10.000 if you return to 1. As you can see, you notice that while the volume is decreasing, the pressure is increasing, which is the essence of Boyle's law.
Question, how do you enter 10? Because
I just say for you to wait.
Okay.
All right, so now we are 8.0. You click on that 8 again, it gives you 9, and the volume gets to 815.1 milliliters. So it's no longer a liter, it's less than a liter. All right, so if you still place your cursor on the 9 and click it, if you want to enter 10, once you put in 1, it returns to 1.000, which means it doesn't really go to 10. You have a maximum increase of 1 to 9. And once it goes back to 1 atmosphere, the volume gets back to 7.336. The temperature is constant, and the amount of gas is also constant. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do there is you click stop. You see where the stop is? By the green arrow. If you click on stop, it means it's no longer recording. Now, we didn't know it is recording, but it is. Okay, and when you do that, if you go to the data, if you go to your lab book, there is really nothing in there. But if you click on that thing that says gases balloon, you have a series of information that is important to you. And it says for you to copy the data, which means you copy it into your maybe Excel sheet, and that's what it did say. Copy it into an Excel sheet so that you will use it to plot graph. Okay. All right, so now in number 4, it says zoom out by clicking the green arrows next to the save button. You can see that, right? You click on that and you can see the stock room where it has all the gases stored. Okay, so it says click return tank. You see where it says return tank. Okay, and over there, this will then highlight all these other things, and that computer is returning the tank. Okay. On the table underneath the experimental chamber is a switch to choose real gas or ideal gas. The real gas, you can see where I'm pointing. Now we have already done the ideal gas. Now, if we click on this, you see the changes. If you click back on that, you see the changes, okay? So to change the gas you're working with, you click either the real gas or the ideal gas. Okay. So you switch to real gas or click on the ideal gas, which is the one that is not lighted. And if you do that, you will see ideal gas 8, which is on the lower row, the one that is to the right. Okay? And so you click on that, you choose that cylinder.
8.
Yeah, the ideal gas 8.
Okay.
Okay, so it has moved it from the stock room to the experimental thing. You're gonna believe that that's what it did. Then it says, click on the balloon chamber to zoom in. And that's the balloon chamber. You click on that. So now you have your ideal 8 with its molecular weight.
How do you click the chamber?
Place your cursor on the balloon.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Professor, I'm having trouble clicking the ideal 8.
Okay, I'd say if I do this, it could mess up the whole thing that I've done. But so let's try it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna just say save for the fun of it, and then I'll go there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right.
Doctor, how did you get in there? Just
and then it says return tank. You see where my cursor is now?
Yes.
You see it says ideal 8. You click on it, and then you click on the balloon to zoom in. Is that clear? Did you get it?
Yeah, I understand what you're doing. I don't know why my cursor isn't coming up though.
You don't know why what is what?
My cursor isn't coming up to click on ideal 8.
When you clicked on the ideal 8, what did you see?
There's no cursor coming up on it, like to click it and then to now get to where you're at right now.
Where I am now, when we were in there,
Mm-hmm.
when we were in that stock room, And it says return tank.
Yeah.
Can you see my cursor?
Okay. Yeah, I see your cursor.
Okay, you click on that. That's all you need to do. You click on it, and then it goes in there and say zoom in by clicking the balloon. When you put a cursor on the balloon, it should read zoom in. You click on it, and you see the lab with the ideal gas on the top right-hand side and all the information on the dials.
Okay.
All right, so now you repeat the process we did for the real gas number 1. I think that's what that was. Yeah, you repeat the process we did for that real gas. In other words, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, and 9 atmospheres, and as you see, you're going to see that the volume is changing. You can also change the atmosphere using the, this thing here, but it's not really efficient. So I found that clicking the number and typing in the number I want is better.
Hello.
Yeah. You have question?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear. Okay. So I'm on that part where you tell me about the clicking the number. It's not working, so I had to use the slide on the side where that one.
Okay.
So I was able to put it at 10, but then to the part where you went to the next lab where there's a table, mine is empty. I don't see the machine with the balloon in there. I see all the gas tank, but I don't see anything on the table. So I was just wondering if maybe I missed some parts or something like that.
No, it did. I think it should be there. It's just look at it closely. Let me get to 9 so that otherwise if I say save, this information will go to the notebook and you think you have a data.
All right.
So I'm gonna put in 5 and I'm putting 6 and 7. I'm doing it slow so that you can see how it's changing. 8, 9. So if you are very careful, you can use this lever to get it to 10.00. But I find that when I go here and I put in 1, it returns back to the 1.00 atmosphere. It's not critical because you're going to be plotting a graph that says 1 to 9. So the 10 is just for fun. All right, so now we can click the book again. And if you see, the lab book now has information for gas balloon. And the one that we need to get is the one we're going to click there. And it's going to return us to what we had before. Okay, so right there you have one set of data and another set of data. Okay.
Professor, I only have one set. Do I have to hit the save button to get the 2 sets of gas balloons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When you hit save, it just knows that now you have finished the data collection. Okay. And then of course you're gonna be, when you are going to the that lab notebook, you make sure that you at least examine the first 3 rows to make sure that it is different from the first 3 rows of the previous lab book. All right, so now we've done, you guys should be doing this. I think I'm doing it wrong by doing it for you. Then it says, after you have done all those, it says, repeat the experiment with this gas, labeling the data link as ideal gas 8. Okay, so now, again, you're gonna go, you're gonna do save. And when you do save, the book closes. Okay, and then we will be on number 8. We do the same thing to get to the stock room. And now we'll be changing to N2, which in principle is nitrogen. Again, you make sure that the temperatures are what they are, 7.336, 1 atmosphere, and 298, and 0.3 moles. Again, it says you may have to click on the units button to change some of the variables to the correct units. Then after you've done that, you repeat the experiment with this gas, labeling the data link real gas N2.
Can you repeat that?
Repeat what?
What you had just said?
Okay, so after you have finished number 4, you zoom out, which means that thing that says green arrow, you zoom out and then you click the save button, and then you click the stockroom again, and you're gonna see the gas cylinders. And you click on gas cylinder that says N2. And when it comes, and you go back to the lab, then you can change the readings back to the temperature 298, pressure 1 atmosphere, and moles to 0.3 moles, just like it is now.
Okay. So then with the N2, you still do it 10 times?
Yes, then after you come back here, then you do it, it tends to go to 9.00 atmosphere, and then you see what the volume is.
Okay.
Professor, was your setting already set on ideal 8 like it is now when you first started the lab, or did it just become that?
When you got into the stock room and clicked on the ideal 8, then it will read here. But
Okay.
it started with the ideal gas that says molecular weight 4 grams per mole.
Okay.
Okay. And do you do all gases for the ideal and the real?
You're gonna do 3 gases. The real gas, the one we started with, the ideal 8, and then the N2.
Okay, perfect.
So if you looked, did you bust the bubble?
Yeah, my balloon popped. Is that what's supposed to happen?
That's what will happen when the pressure is too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I did bust it a couple of times. All right, so if you have collected the data for the ideal gas 1, the ideal gas 8, and the real gas N2, then you go to the second page of the instructions, and you have your volume, pressure, and then pressure times volume for each of the readings and for each of the gas samples. So on instruction number 6, it tells you how to access the data you have.
Okay, sir, so I keep checking the lab book and the gases aren't saving, I think.
It should, one after the other. When we did real gas 1 and we went back to the lab book, we saw the data that it accumulated. And it tells you to copy it to your Excel.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, if you're still having trouble, you should ask him if you could share your screen so that maybe he can.
Okay. Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You should ask
Okay.
him.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much stuck on the first part where he started putting up the ATM to the higher level. Mine doesn't work when I click the number, so I had to click that bar in the side and then put it up like manually. And let me show the screen. Hold on. Again. Hold on.
I understand what he's saying, but it's still not really popping up for me.
Yeah,
So-
and then to the part where I go to the lab, I'm not seeing the share screen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So okay, are you guys seeing it or? It said I cannot start.
yeah,
Share.
I think wait for him to come back. I think
Okay.
left.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's a part where I guess I clicked that white left button on the top of it. Is that where you go to the stock room, right?
Yeah, you put in the numbers for the ATM and then you click.
Okay. So, what number should I put for the ATM?
Yeah, you only switch numbers for the ATM. That's the only thing, the pressure units. But I know you said yours didn't work, so that's what I'm saying. You should when he comes back to share your screen so that he walks you through it so that you could get to the
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I go to it, the table just empty. It's just the lab book in there, and then that's where I just kind of like follow through, and I don't know what's happening, but yeah. All right, I'll wait for him.
So you know that that first dial, the volume, you don't really do anything with it. You don't change it. It's constant at 7.336. If you change it, the balloon will disappear. Okay, so Jason, where are you now?
Okay, here, let me show you. Can you give me permission to share the screen?
Yeah, you can share the screen. I'll get out so you can share your own screen.
Okay, so to this part right here, I think. Yeah. This is okay. You guys are seeing it? I think it's this one. Yeah, so this part right here, when I click the number, it doesn't do anything for me. So
if you click on number, see, it becomes a little blue. You have to type it in.
Oh,
but
okay.
if you use
you
use that, you're gonna just take it to the top, and it keeps on changing.
Okay, so I click it and I type the number, so it does go up. So what number should I put it? Like where you put it to the ideal 8?
For the ideal 8?
Mm-hmm. So what number should I put the ATM first?
Okay, you have to go back to go to the oh no, this is yours. I can't do anything. You have to go to the stock room.
Okay, so I go to the stock room. See, the table is empty.
Okay, so you're not I don't think you are I don't think you're clicking, but what you have is these ones. Do you see where I'm doing something on your screen?
No.
Okay, so on that table, your notebook is right there on top, and below your notebook, you see the thing that says ideal gas and real gas. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, so I think you're gonna click the top one. Click on that. Okay. So now what is he saying?
I see, like the gas, pretty much like there's like ideal 1 and then N2 CO2. Do I click any of this?
Okay, so in my own system, the ideal 8 will be this fourth one on the first row.
Right here, the CH4?
No, this one there, below it.
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that should be the ideal 8.
Okay, ideal. I mean, it goes to ideal 8 if I click the ideal.
Okay, now you see it goes to ideal 8, and then
Yeah.
click on that.
Okay, so I click, but nothing is happening.
Okay.
Jason, you
Alright.
can go back and click the other
Yeah.
green arrow next to.
Yeah, go. Okay. It's every, when I click, when my stockroom comes out,
Yeah.
this is not what I see. Okay, for
Yeah,
my
it's from here. Sorry, hold on. From here, and then I still have the record. Hold on. So I
all
still
right.
have,
So
I still have
okay,
everything in here.
okay.
So then this is pretty much the reset. Then when I go to stockroom,
No, no, no.
No.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
you're gonna go to the green button.
Okay, the green one, this one.
Yeah.
Click it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now you can see that thing clearly.
Yes.
Okay, so first click on return tank so that the tank, you're gonna hear some noise. Okay, now you can click on the ideal gas or real gas. Now click on that. Okay, so now you can click on the balloon to get back to the lab, which is what it says.
Ideal 8. Okay, I see it.
So now you can see ideal 8 and you can repeat all the operations from the
I
previous.
got it. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Welcome.
Also, for some reason, when I'm recording the gases that I'm doing, it's not saving onto the lab sheets for some reason.
When you complete the thing and say stop or save, then then you can get it from the notebook.
Right. In the notebook, though, only one comes up. It doesn't pull up the list of 9 or 10.
No, it's a whole table of data.
I understand you, but what I'm saying is that only one thing is showing. It's not showing all the different atmosphere levels that I changed it.
You should. Did you see that the table has columns? It has the volume. The temperature is constant, which is put there as 2.98 times 10 to the 2 or something like that.
Yes. I can see that, but it's like it only recorded it for one gas that was there.
For the ideal gas 1,
Yes.
okay. The same procedure that you did to give you the sheet for ideal gas 1, that's what you're gonna do to get the ideal gas 2. Did you copy it as it says?
I could before when you were explaining it the first time, but that's when I saw that there was, I believe, 9 or 10 different gases recorded. And right now it's showing 1, and I've had to keep closing and restarting it all over again.
Okay, so then if you reset it, want to go through the process again, but this time being careful.
Okay.
Chanel, if you're still having problems, I figured it out because I had the same issue as you.
Okay, can you explain it to me at all?
Sure. So what it is that before you start changing the pressure, you have to click the save button, and while you're changing the pressure, it should be on. You should be seeing the stop. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And then when you're done up to like 10 or 1, whatever, whichever
Or
one you
9.
call it, then you hit stop, and because you stop recording, and then it should load into the lab book.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Professor, for number 5,
Mhm.
do you want us to change the ATM 1 through 9?
Yeah, the same way you did for number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, just like he says, repeat the experiment. So you're gonna put it back to, so it should be 7.334 or something like that at 1.00 and 0.3. Then you start changing the atmospheres to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for your data or result submission, you should probably you should type out number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 and respond to the questions. And then you have to either you make a copy of the data that you have done, the pressure, the volume, pressure times volume, and then you plot it. So I will need to see the plot, which is one of the things that you will hand in. So in principle, I might be expecting about 3 pages, one for the theory of the questions, the data collection, 3 tables, and then the plots, 3 plots or 3 graphs. Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, for the gases or the recordings that we're actually doing, are they supposed to all be? Are the first three supposed to be different?
Actually, if you can see when you change a pressure, the volume changes.
Right. But
In actual fact, you don't really need that notebook, but he's talking about notebook because this is like a lab. But what you could have done to minimize that stress is when you change the pressure, you say the pressure from 1, you have the volume. When it changes to say 2, 3, you have the volume, and then it advised you to use sampling of pressures at 1, 3, 6, and 9, which is why it gave you 4 rows of information. You can write them in down and then do the plot. Because if you look at when you finished with the ideal gas 1 and went to the notebook, you see that there's tons of data there. And none of them says 1.00. It just says, could say 1 point something, something, something. Yeah, I can see.
Right. But what I'm saying is that with the changes in the volume, when you change it between the real and the ideal gas, are those supposed to be the same or are they?
They're supposed to be different.
Okay.
But when the extension of your question, when you plot the PV over pressure, you're going to see that it's going to look the same, which is the statement of Boyle's law.
Yeah, they have the same pattern.
Yeah, should have the same pattern. The numbers might not be the same, but they'll have the same pattern.
Professor,
Yeah.
When you're doing the N2 gas recordings, is the balloon supposed to go flat?
No, when you come back to the view and you click on the number of moles and you put 0.300, it should inflate to 7.334 liters.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but as soon as I choose N2, the balloon, it completely deflates.
When you get back to the view and you put in 0.3 moles, it should inflate to 7.334 liters and 0.997 atmospheres.
Okay. When you say 0.3 moles, do you leave it at 0.300?
That's what 0.3 moles is all about.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. Welcome, Jessica.